Tree Pop is a movement piece that is very, very, very much visually oriented. There's no dialogue involved. It's all done with a soundscape that's made by John Dyer, who's composed the music. It is puppetry, it is movement, it is pine trees and pine cones and small little beings and special creatures and miniature worlds. There's a train. It's a very magical land that we've created, very much about playing, very much about pretending. Yeah, Bobby Bethea, the amazing Bobby Bethea. Bobby was very, very dear to me, very, very dear to my entire family. Was also a Texas implant. And he had this incredible apartment in the Upper West Side, a place he'd probably been there for 30 years. He probably paid like $100 a month for rent. And anyway, he created these very special little scenes all over his apartment. They were like little altars and just miniature little moments. He had all of these gorgeous plants and little waterfalls, and it was this very spiritual world, and you would enter into his home and it was an experience, and it was almost like a theater experience, and he would have little lights aimed at particular things so that you would walk into the living room and just see this magical land. He just was very inspiring to me, and he brought back memories that I had as a child of being completely in love with tiny, tiny things and loving to create little areas in my room where little things would be together with the idea that they were speaking to each other and that they might come to life when I'm not looking. He passed away maybe 5 years ago, and it just was important to me to honor him. And this play came from that. We've been working together for quite a long time. I guess the first time that we worked together was maybe 15, 16 years ago or so.
2002 or 3.
2002 or 3. And I was working on a puppet show at the time that actually was being presented at Here Theater, and I needed someone to create music for it, and John was someone that I knew from Texas. We both are from Texas, so it was sort of two Texas folks coming together in New York City. We have a daughter, so not only are we artistic partners, but we are partners in our life together, and we have a beautiful little girl who's 19 months old, and we're just trying to give her a good life, not so much about gifts, but more about just giving her love and care and proper direction, but allowing her to also have room to play and try not to fence her in too much, but just make sure she's safe. So I'm a big fan of using cardboard. I'm a big fan of using string and little bits of wire and little bits of wood and little bits of just special things that I find and put together to create something. So I rarely go out in search of materials. I usually look at what I've got and start to visualize what I need to build and begin to put the pieces together. I think there's sort of a homemade kind of an idea about it, and I love the idea of having music be a voice and be the dialogue and be the story, and it sort of just helps with creating this visual world.
As a musician and composer, it's just a fantastic opportunity because it's just there's all this room for music and for the music to really carry a lot of the space and a lot of the energies. Now I think of the music when it's most simple and most meditative, and also uses silence in particular. It's almost like a chance for people, kids and even adults, to come back to a space where we all actually know already and are familiar with, which is pre-beeping and pre-overload and all that stuff. So
when I was very young, probably 3 or 4 years old, I remember waking up one morning and there were baby dolls all over the place. Baby dolls, like there were at least 50 baby dolls. And my sweet mom, we grew up with not a lot of money, and my mother wanted to give us such a good Christmas. And so she went to various thrift stores and secondhand stores and just found all of these babies and cleaned them all up and put little ribbons in their hair and just lined them all up on the couch. And we woke up and saw these magical babies, magical baby dolls. And it just was the most incredible moment of really believing in Santa Claus and the importance of that. We hope that all of you will come and see our show, Tree Pop, at Here Theater in the Dorothy B. Williams Theater, opening on November the 30th, runs for 2 weeks, and it's great for the whole family, and we hope you'll come see it. Please join us.